Hey y'all, this is Jen, and this is a very special video because it's a video about my dad Lewis, who sadly passed away in 2005. My dad suffered from diabetes and he also had heart disease, and he went into a coma in 2005, and sadly he passed away unexpectedly. We weren't expecting him to die when he did. It was a very unexpected thing for him to pass away the way he did, and at the age he did. He really wasn't that old when he passed away, in my opinion. My dad was a very special man. He was a hard worker, a Christian, a great husband, and an awesome father. He actually grew up without his biological father being in his life, but he did have a stepdad that he loved like a biological father, but he sadly passed away when my dad was only 9. My dad's older brother Daynard and his only brother actually drowned when he was 15, and I know that that must have been really hard on my dad to lose his only brother in such a tragic way. My dad actually grew up on a farm, and he actually grew up with my mom, and over the years they fell in love and they ended up getting married. And I'm so very thankful that God blessed me with 2 awesome parents. I mean, you couldn't ask for 2 better parents. My mom and my dad are both awesome people. They always put my brother and myself before them, and they always made sure that we had everything we needed. We didn't have a lot of money, but they always made sure that we had everything that we needed. My dad told me every day that he loved me, and he also told my brother every day that he loved him. Not a day went by that he didn't tell us that, and not a day went by that we didn't tell him that we loved him, and it was the same with our mom. Every day she tells us that she loves us, and every day we tell her that we love her. I think it's very important that you do tell the people that you love just how much they do mean to you while they're still here, where you can talk to them and you can still tell them how much they mean to you and how much you love them. I think that's very important because there are no guarantees in life, and you never know how long you're going to have somebody. My dad would let me do anything to him. I mean, he loved me so much that he would let me do whatever I wanted to do to him. I remember when I was very young, I wanted to paint his fingernails, and my dad actually let me paint his fingernails bright pink. I mean, it takes a lot of love for a dad to let his daughter paint his fingernails bright pink. And unfortunately, he got sick later that night, and we had to take him to the hospital. And so basically we took him to the hospital with bright pink fingernails. He always did things with my brother and myself. I mean, he was always doing things with us. he and my brother liked to go hunting and fishing together. I didn't really like to go hunting because I couldn't see myself actually shooting an animal. I mean, I just couldn't see myself doing that. But my dad and my brother enjoy going. They enjoy going deer hunting and squirrel hunting, and we did eat the meat after they would shoot the animal. We would actually eat the meat. We actually have went fishing together as family many times. As a family, we always enjoyed going on the Blue Ridge Parkway and having picnics. Every summer, we would go on to the Blue Ridge Parkway and we would have a family picnic. My mom would always cook a very nice meal, and we would always take it on to the Blue Ridge Parkway to a very nice picnic spot that we always liked going to, and we would just have a big family picnic together. Every summer we would go to Tweetsie Railroad, which was always a lot of fun. It's like a Wild West theme park. And we always had a lot of fun going there and riding on the train. That was always a lot of fun. My dad loved that. And like I said, my dad was a Christian, and he and my mom both actually were members at Laurel Glen Regular Baptist Church. That church is very special to me and to my family. It holds so many very special memories for us. In fact, my dad is actually buried in the Laurel Glen Regular Baptist Church Cemetery. My dad loved bluegrass music. That was his favorite. And he loved Dr. Ralph Stanley. I mean, he was his absolute favorite. And we always grew up listening to bluegrass music and just gospel music. That was what we grew up listening to. My dad worked for many, many years at the Blue Ridge Shoes in Sparta, which was a shoe factory. And he worked there for many, many years. And he and my mom also owned a farm. So not only did he work at the factory, but he also managed to run the farm as well. And we had goats and chickens and cows and just a whole bunch of animals that we had. We raised chickens for the eggs, and we actually made homemade goat cheese, which is actually really delicious. We'd also do just regular cow cheese, and we just did a lot of things. In fact, my mom and dad used to go to my school, and they would actually put on demonstrations on how to churn butter. And all the kids used to love that. And every year when our goats would have kids, I would take the kids into the classroom so that the other kids could see them and pet them. And they always had so much fun doing that. I mean, it was always great to be able to let them see the baby kids that our goats had. I've witnessed the miracle of birth many times on the farm. I mean, I've seen many kids be born. Since my dad's birthday was only 5 days after my birthday, we would always celebrate our birthdays together, which for me was great because I love celebrating my birthday with my dad's birthday. My dad loved Christmas time, and he and my mom worked very hard to make sure that my brother and myself would get a nice Christmas. I mean, they worked very, very hard just to make sure that we would have a nice Christmas. And we always did. Christmas was always great for us. I mean, it was just family and being together, and it was great. My dad was a great singer, and he just really loved music, and so do I. My dad was just a great man. He really was. You couldn't ask for a better father than what my brother and myself had. And I am very thankful that God blessed us with such an amazing dad and such an amazing mom. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for more videos soon. God bless.